Simon! Simon! Is she there?
Is who there?
Tiddle-up! Is she in Mr. Grimley's garden?
Why do you ask?
I don't want her to find me, see? If she finds me, she's going to make me do some riddling lessons, and I don't want to.
But I thought you were keen to become a riddler. To do that, you've got to learn things.
Yeah, but I don't want to do any lessons today, so I don't want her to find me. I want to keep out of her way. Can you see her?
No.
Are you sure?
Of course. I can't see anyone.
Good.
Mind you, no doubt I could if I had my eyes open.
So there you are. I've been looking for you everywhere.
Simon, what a rotten trick to play!
I'm very angry with you. Very angry indeed.
Oh, it was just a joke. Just a bit of a lark, like.
Well, I don't think it's funny. We've wasted a lot of time, so you'll have to work very hard to catch up. Now, I'm going to teach you about plants today.
Oh, but I know about plants. I'm a wanderer, and wanderers know just about everything there is to know about plants.
I don't want any arguments.
But to teach me about plants would be a waste of time. I probably know more about them than you do.
Don't be cheeky. I'm your riddler, and you ought to respect me. Now, go and pick some leaves. Not any flowers, because you shouldn't pick wildflowers. Just some ordinary leafy plants.
But you don't...
Don't argue, just do it.
No, I won't.
You will. You're my tiddler, and you've got to do what I said.
Well, I'm not going to.
When I was a tiddler, I always did what Mossop said. I wouldn't have dreamt of arguing with him like you're doing with me.
Well, I expect he didn't boss you around like you're doing with me. I expect he used to say please when he wanted you to do something, and not just do it.
I don't see why I should be polite with you when you're so rude to me. Now, just go and do it.
No, I won't. And you can keep your rotten riddling lesson. I'm going. Huh.
If you don't mind me saying so, you didn't handle that too well, did you, Tiddle-up?
What do you mean, Mr. Grimley?
Well, you were a bit hard on him, weren't you?
I don't think so.
You were, you know. You even lost your temper.
Well, Riddler's naughty enough to make anyone lose their temper. He's supposed to do as I say. I am his Riddler, after all.
True enough. But nobody likes being bossed around, do they? Hey? How would you have liked it if Mossop had shouted at you when you were a tiddler?
I don't know.
Well, we'll see, shall we? Just imagine that I'm Mossop. Cleverest riddler in the whole world. That I am, and that's a fact.
That's just like Mossop, Mr. Grimley.
Good. But what if Mossop was shouting at you? Why are you laughing, Tiddler? Wipe that smile off your face and go and fetch me some leaves. And I mean now. And while you're about it, you can bring me some nettles for my tea. And when I say do something, I'm the boss. You jump to it. How does it feel with me ranting and raving at you like that?
It was awful. I don't like being bossed around and shouted at.
Well, neither does Middler. So if you don't like it, why do it to him? Do unto others as you'd have them do to you. Treat other people well, now that's the thing to do. You want consideration? Well, so do others too. So do unto others
I'll try, Mr. Grimley.
as you'd have them do to you.
I really will.
When someone is rude to you, you don't like it at all. So when you speak to others, you shouldn't shout and bawl. Harsh words and unkindness hurt, as everyone's aware. So spread a little sunshine round. Treat other people fair. Do unto others as you'd have them do to you. Treat other people well, now that's the thing to do. You want consideration? Well, so do others too. So do unto others
Do unto others
as you'd have them do to you.
You're right, Mr. Grimley. It seems I've got a lot to learn about how to behave, even though I am grown up. And I thought I wouldn't have to learn things anymore once I became a Riddler.
Well, grown-ups have got just about as much to learn as young people like Riddler have. And if you want to be able to teach him properly, you've got to learn how to do it. I know. Why don't you go and ask Mossop to give you a few tips?
Yes. Why not?
Come on, Edgar. Whoop, whoop. You can do it. Oh, nearly, boy, nearly. Good try that was. One more time. Come on, stand on your back end. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, Mossop, it's too difficult for him. He can't do that.
Of course he can, Marjorie. You can do anything if you put your mind to it, can't you, Edgar? Come on, try again. It's a biggie for you when you do it. Come on. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, Mossop, can I talk to you, please?
Just a minute, Tiddle-up. I'm just busy a minute. Hold on. Come on, hop, hop. Nearly there, nearly there. Yeah, you've done it! Well done, Edgar. Now, what was it you wanted to talk to me about? Edgar, you clumsy great vacuum, you.
Oh, Mossop, it wasn't his fault. Oh, poor thing.
You're right, Marjorie. I'm sorry I shouted at you, Edgar. Here, have a bicky. For being a clever boy.
He is a clever boy.
How did you teach him to stand up like that?
Oh, it was easy. You'll do anything for me, will Edgar, won't you, boy? Hey, he's my little friend, he's Edgar. He likes doing things for me. Hey, don't you? And he knows he's going to get a bicky if he does his best, don't you, boy? Hey, hey. Now, under the table you go. It's very good, Edgar. Very good. Now then, Tiddler, what can I do for you?
I was going to ask you a question, but I think you've already answered it. You see, I was going to ask you, what's the best way of teaching people things? But now I've seen you teaching Edgar to do things, I think I know the answer. Edgar learns to do tricks because he likes Mossop and wants to please him.
That's right, that is.
I wish I'd known that before. And then perhaps I wouldn't have had that row with Middler.
Oh, dear, have you two been falling out?
Yes, I was pretty awful to him, really. Bossing him about, telling him to do things rather than asking him. Not even saying please.
Getting carried away with your own importance, were you? Lots of people do that when they get a little power over other people. Used to myself, you know, until I heard Aesop's foible about the sun, the wind, and the Riddler.
I don't know that one.
Oh, well, it's fortunate I just happened to have it about my person, then, isn't it? Listen to this, Tiddle-up. Do your power a good, this will. Aesop, Aesop, tell us a story, do.
Once long ago, the sun and the wind were having an argument. An argument about which of them was the stronger. "I am," said the wind. "I can blow over trees and lift the roofs off houses. There's nothing in the world that's stronger than me." "There is one thing in this world that's stronger," replied the sun, "and that's me." They went on arguing like this for days on end, until they decided that the only way to settle the matter was to hold a contest. Now, just as they decided this, a Riddler was passing on her way far below them, minding her own business and feeling very proud of the smart new coat she was wearing. "I'll tell you what," said the wind. "Whoever can get the coat off that Riddler's back will have proved he is the strongest. How's that for a test?" Now this was quite sly of the wind. He thought this was the one contest he could win easily. After all, he was able to blow whole houses away. So, smiling to himself, he began to blow and blow with his iciest breath. "Hey up," said the Riddler on the earth below. "That wind's a bit parky." And she pulled the coat tighter around herself and shivered. Well, the wind blew and blew. A real wintry gale it was, and the trees bent and cracked, and slates flew off the roofs. But the harder he blew, the tighter the Riddler gripped her coat. Panting and out of breath, the wind stopped blowing and took a rest, and the sun had his turn. He beamed and beamed with his brightest rays, and down on the earth below, the Riddler looked up in surprise. "Very strange weather we're having," she said to herself. But as the sun grew hotter and hotter, the sweat started to drip from her brow. "Phew! It's too hot for me," she said, and taking off her coat, she sat down in the shade of a large oak tree. "There you are," said the sun, smiling at the wind. "You blew and blew for all you were worth, but still you couldn't get the coat off her back, yet I managed it in less than 2 minutes. Now, who do you reckon is the strongest?" But the wind made no reply. After all, he still hadn't got his breath back.
What did I tell you there then, Tiddleup? A rattling good foible, that, and a rattling good moral to go with it.
Gentleness works better than pushing people around.
That's the one, Tiddleup, and you do well to remember that next time you're tempted to boss young Middler about.
I will. I just hope he's speaking to me after that row we had.
Oh, I don't think Middler's the type to sulk. You go and patch up your quarrel. I'm sure you'll be friends again soon.
I hope so. Oh, there you are, Middler. I've been looking all over for you.
I came back. I didn't want to give up my opportunity to become a Riddler, so I thought I'd have my lesson after all. Going to teach me about plants, weren't you?
Well, I was. But there doesn't seem much point, really, does there? After all, like you said, you probably know more about them than I do. So why don't we have a game instead?
A game? But what about the lesson?
Well, this game is a sort of lesson. It's a lesson about being polite. And I think I need to be taught a few good manners. I wasn't very nice to you earlier, was I?
Oh, well, I wasn't exactly on my best behaviour either.
Well, we'll forget all about it and play Sign Up Says.
Sign Up Says? What's that?
It's an old Riddler game. I say, Sign Up Says, cut your nose, please.
Yeah?
And you'd have to do it.
Oh, I see.
But if I don't say please, then you don't have to. Do you see?
Right, I see, yeah. All right, then, let's have a go. Go on.
Right. Sign Up Says, hop up and down, please.
Oh, right.
Sign Up Says, stop.
Ah, you couldn't fool me. You didn't say please, did you?
Well done. Your turn.
Right, Time Up Says, down the coal hole, please. Time Up Says, put one foot on the table, please. Whoa. Time Up Says, put the other foot on the table, please. You were right.
Yes, thank you.
What did you go and try and do that for?
Well, I had to. You asked me so nicely, didn't you?